What's up guys, PPD here, and welcome back to another Collector Corps unboxing. I am really excited for this one because this is my favorite superhero of all time. I've said it a million times throughout all of these boxes that I've opened that Spider-Man is without a doubt my favorite hero, and now there is a box completely dedicated to him, so I'm pretty excited to see what's in here. So without further ado, let's get into the box and see what Spidey stuff we can add to my collection. So the box's size is actually maybe the biggest we've had yet, which is kind of crazy and kind of good because it's Spider-Man. So obviously we have a new Spider-Man. There's going to be a new Spider-Man movie. There's a bunch of news coming out recently for the movie, and there's just a lot of Spider-Man stuff going on right now. And of course the first two things are the patch and the pin. These are like taped down, which makes it kind of hard to pull out. But there we go. So we have the patch. It's got Spider-Man's head on it. It's got the spiders on the side. Very, very nice. The pin also has a spider on it. Very nice design. And now let's open the box and see what the first big item is. And I'm not going to look, I'm just going to pull it out and close my eyes. And this is the first thing that we pull out. I think I'm going to avoid this because it's usually a spoiler. I've learned from other boxes. And the second thing we get is a comic. So we have an Amazing Spider-Man Collector Corps comic, and we have Spider-Man as a Funko Pop shooting out a web. It's a variant edition, number 16. I love these designs because they're unique to the box and they're just so different from normal comics, and they look very nice. Gotta love those variant editions that come in these boxes. The second thing is actually a pretty big box. Let me see. Oh my god. We have a huge Fabrications plush of Spider-Man. Now, I don't think we've ever gotten a Fabrications in one of these boxes. We may have gotten a smaller one, but nothing this size. Really crazy. Wow, it's actually like pretty hard to press on too. I think like the material is really good, so it doesn't break easily. Very, very nice. I've actually been wanting to get a Fabrications, but I figured since I have so many of the other things that I wouldn't have room, and I guess now we're gonna have to find room. Number 32 right over here. A very nice soft sculpture by Funko. And that's actually really cool. I can't believe it. That might be my favorite thing in the whole box. And I haven't even seen what's in the rest of it. So let's see. The third thing we pull out, it feels like a hat. I think it is. And yes, it is. A hat. A hat? This is crazy. I've never thought I would have gotten a hat in one of these boxes. It says The Amazing Spider-Man. It's got Spider-Man's head and he's shaped like a Funko Pop. That honestly surprised me. The design also says Marvel and Pop all over it. I mean, the shirts I was expecting, but a hat? That's kind of crazy. The third thing we get, or the fourth, is a Funko Pop. Obviously going to get a Funko Pop, and it's of course the newly designed Spider-Man with the new eyes, the whole new suit, and he looks really cool jumping up and shooting a web. And the Spider-Man Funko Pop that I actually have is pretty outdated. It's from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Well, it's not completely outdated, but it's a completely different Spider-Man with the suit and everything. So, really digging this design, and it just gets me so much more excited for the movie coming out next year. Or 2018, is it? I think it's 2008. I don't even know. It's really soon, though. I think it's next year, actually. Okay, and that was actually the last thing. Then, the inside of the box has a bunch of Spider-Man designs in there. Very nice. So basically guys, we're going to set all of this up. I still can't believe that we got a hat and a big plush like that. Really crazy. Anyways, we're going to set everything up. We're going to look at this paper that has I think Doctor Strange is going to be the next theme, by the way, and we're going to turn it around and see what's on that side because I know it's going to explain in detail some of these things. Anyways guys, we're going to set everything up and we'll be back in a second. Okay guys, we set everything up. I did a little bit of reading over here, and we actually have some pretty cool stuff to talk about. But before we do that, let's go ahead and showcase everything once again. We have the hat with Spider-Man on it, of course. It also has a nice little design inside. Almost moved the box right there. We have the Funko Pop with Spider-Man. This is really cool because it's the 10th Spider-Man Funko Pop they've ever made, apparently. We'll get into that once we read it. And it has a pose it's never had before. It's usually only standing, and over here it's jumping. So that's pretty cool. The box, of course, with Spider-Man in it. The patch with the pin over here. They got the spider. We got Spider-Man. The comic has a really cool design, as always. And then the plush over here. This is actually the biggest item they've ever had in any box. They actually had to resize the box a bunch of times to get this to fit in the box, which is just absolutely insane. I didn't think it would be this big. Like, it's kind of crazy if you think about it. But yeah, let's get into reading these things and see what it says. Like I said right there, it says this is the 10th Spider-Man pop created, but the first and only leaping pose Spider-Man pop. So all the other Spider-Man Funko Pops you've ever seen are all standing. This one is leaping. Really, really cool. The comic over here, it's an exclusive Comic-Con cover, and it features Spider-Man in his new pose. I guess it's the same pose as in the Funko Pop right there. And this issue actually came out 44 years after Spider-Man made his first appearance and Amazing Fantasy number 15 in 1962, which is absolutely crazy. And then the fabrications thing, it's actually a different design than what the new Spider-Man is. If you see over here, it says we decided to save this fabrication from our original. Let's see if I can get the light to get out of the way right there. Right before we launched, because we thought it would be the perfect addition to this box. Aren't you glad we waited? This is the largest item we have included in our box so far. It is so large we had to, I can't get the light, to reconfigure the size of the box several times in order to fit it. So that is crazy. And yeah, like I said, the patch and the pin. I think this is a new design for the patch. They're going around now, which is very cool. And yeah, the hat, I think you can only get the hats in the boxes, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, guys, this is everything. I really love it. I did not expect the hat. I did not expect the biggest item they've ever had to be in there. I did expect the Funko Pop, but I didn't expect the new pose, and I'm just loving it all, really. Anyways, guys, this is going to conclude this episode of my Marvel Collector Corps unboxing. Without a doubt, my favorite one, of course, Spider-Man. Anyways, guys, next month's theme is going to be Doctor Strange. So I'll see you guys then. My name is Pippi Deed, and I'm out.